That's right. Over the last couple of months, I've been playing around with ChatGPT along with about 100 million other people, and I recorded the whole thing for you. So in this video, I'm actually going to share my screen and take you behind the scenes and show you exactly how I use ChatGPT, from how to set up your account and get started, to of course what prompts to input in order to maximize your results, to the right way to use this tool and others like it, and most importantly, I'll be addressing the #1 question on everyone's mind: is it worth the hype, and is your job as a copywriter safe? Well, stay tuned. Hey Posse, what's up? It's Alex, and we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna jump right into the demo. Just make sure you stick around to the end if you wanna hear our AI policy at the Copy Posse, learn best practices for using AI tools like this in your marketing, and get your hands on a really cool free gift that we put together for you. So make sure you stick around to the end, and let's dive into this demo.
All right, so the first thing you want to do is head on over to openai.com. Right there on their homepage, you'll see a call to action that says try ChatGPT. That'll bring you to this window. So of course, if you already have an account, you can go ahead and log in. If you don't, you can go ahead and click sign up to create your free ChatGPT account. I have an account, so I'm going to go ahead here and log in. Now you can see here that I actually have a ChatGPT Plus account. Now ChatGPT Plus is the paid version of the account. It's about $20 a month. They are releasing it on a rolling release, so you can't subscribe to ChatGPT Plus without an invitation. If you want to get on the waitlist, here is that form. I'll include a link to that below. You simply fill out this Google form and you are on the waitlist for a ChatGPT Plus account. Now, the perks of having a Plus account are you avoid a lot of the lags or the system failures that happen when there's so many users using the free version at the same time. ChatGPT got over 100 million new users in the last couple of months, so it can slow things down. So I have found that since I've upgraded to the Plus account and started paying for ChatGPT, I haven't received any of those issues. So I think it's definitely worthwhile. Now, the other thing I love about ChatGPT is just how simple it is. I also am a big fan of Jasper.ai and use that quite regularly as well. But ChatGPT is just super simple, easy to use, really reduces overwhelm. So the first thing that you are going to see when you log in is a sidebar here with a little call to action that says new chat, which is essentially what screen we're on now. I actually went ahead and cleared all my previous searches just to keep things simple. Now, what's really cool about ChatGPT is that inside every new chat, it actually saves what you searched, and then new searches that happen within that same chat, or new prompts, I should say, actually build on the previous responses. And so it's really cool to continue to refine your prompts to ask, better questions, give clearer directions, and get better output. If you are starting, clean slate, want to start from scratch on something new or unrelated, that's when you would go back and start a brand new chat. Now, let's go in and type our very first prompt, which we're going to do in this window here. Now, the biggest thing to remember about any AI tool is that your output will only be as good as your input. And that's why you see so many mixed messages about AI online. Some people are using it and getting amazing results, and other people are getting absolutely horrible, cringeworthy copy. And it all comes down to how well you use it and what prompts you're putting in. So let's do an example here. I'm going to start off with a really basic prompt. Let's ask it to write an email to promote my 8-week copywriting coaching program. So I'm going to go ahead and type in this prompt. You don't need quotes there. And then I'm just going to push enter and see what it comes up with. Wow, super fast, right? Okay, we may or may not have sped that up a little bit with video editing. That was not done by a robot. But if you read this copy, you can see that it's okay. I mean, personally, I would never, ever, ever send this email with my name attached to it. It's pretty obvious that there's zero emotion, empathy, or connection, and it's really not doing anything for me. And what's kind of interesting is it kind of just made it up, right? I mean, it's an 8-week copywriting course, but it really has no idea what I actually teach in my copywriting course. So it just kind of included a bunch of random bullets. Not accurate, super basic. I didn't give AI much to work with here. So this is the kind of result you get with a very, very basic prompt. So why don't we go in and give it a little bit more to work with? So one of the ways that you can instantly improve your prompts in ChatGPT is to give it a little bit more context by pasting in copy that you've actually already written. So in the same chat, I'm not going to start a new chat because I want it to build on what it already wrote. I'm going to put in a prompt that says, write me an email to promote an 8-week copywriting course that teaches beginners how to write copy, build a portfolio, and land clients. Here is some copy that I wrote about what is included in this program. Mimic the style and tone. And then I'm going to go here to my sales page and I'm going to copy some of this. Hopefully it doesn't paste in the images, but let's check. So what you're going to do is in quotes, you're going to share the copy. And you can see that it copied in just fine. So then I'm going to go ahead and generate that. All right, so you can see that this is actually noticeably better. Still not entirely accurate, but because I asked it to mimic the style and tone of the copy that I input, it definitely improved. Now, of course, the more input you put in terms of source copy for it to mimic the style and tone of, the more accurate your copy your output will be. Now, what's cool is it actually already noted that the program name is accurate, so I don't have to go ahead and change that. But still, not the best, if I'm being honest. I think this is an email that would work if I was just doing kind of a rundown of what's included in the program. But what if I wanted to be more creative? What if I wanted to tell a story about a copywriter who, was needing some support and wanted to start a business to realize their dreams? What might we do then? So I'm going to actually input this other prompt that says, rewrite the above email so you can reference what it wrote before, which is cool. This time, include a witty and funny story about an aspiring copywriter who realized their dreams. All right, so now we're getting somewhere. It's not terrible. Again, would I ever send an email with the subject line, how one aspiring copywriter realized their dreams and how you can too? Maybe I'd send a version of that. Dear recipient, have you ever had a dream that seemed out of reach? That's exactly how I felt when I was first starting out. A little bit of, building rapport there. Okay, but with the right guidance and resources, I was able to achieve my goals, and so can you. Let me tell you the story of a friend of mine who was struggling as a copywriter. He always loved writing, but never felt like he had the skills to turn it into a career. So overall, not too bad. Now, is there anything that we can do to add to this to make it even better? So while the story was okay, it was a little bit cheesy because of the prompt, right? Realize your dreams. Would I ever really say that? Maybe not. Also, my customer avatar is typically a woman, so I am actually going to ask ChatGPT to rewrite this story about a woman and add in some more context and details. So here I'm saying, rewrite the story above, but this time tell the story of a woman who started her copywriting business and was able to quit her 9-to-5, travel the world, spend more time with her kids, and make more money than she did in her previous job. So here it is, rewriting it. Dear recipient, are you tired of working the 9-to-5 grind and dreaming of a better life? Let me tell you the story about a woman who was in the same position as you, but was able to turn her passion for writing into a successful business. Meet Sarah. Oh, Sarah. Sarah had a comfortable job in marketing, but it was monotonous and unfulfilling. Honestly, not bad, right? This is a significant improvement from the previous story. Now, one thing I would say, and this is again just where my moral compass lies with using ChatGPT to tell stories, is I would never use ChatGPT to tell a story of a fictional student and then use that in my marketing. What I would use ChatGPT for is to tell me a hypothetical story, but I would make sure that's reflected in my copy. So I might say something like, let me tell you the story of Sarah, or imagine you are in a job in marketing and it's monotonous and unfulfilling. And I'm telling the story without saying, meet Sarah, one of my students, because Sarah is not one of my students. And again, this is where I personally draw the line with sort of transparency and ethics in marketing. I'm not going to tell a fictitious story of someone who actually never did take my program. In fact, why would I do that when I have so many real stories from real customers who have specific details and stories that they've already told me and that I could share. So again, I'm sharing with you this example so that you can see how much better the copy actually gets when you use, better prompts. However, it's really, really important, guys, to still use your best judgment and at some point draw a line in the sand and think, okay, while this is a decent story, as a brand, as a marketer, as a copywriter, am I okay with telling a fictitious story and letting my audience feel like it's real when it isn't? So this is what I mean when I say mistrust is very, very commonplace right now on the internet, and that's only about to be amplified with the use of these tools. And so use ChatGPT as a way to generate new ideas, come up with concepts, hooks, ideate, framework out ideas, but not copy word for word, and especially not tell fictitious stories about your customers that aren't real. And so personally, that's my rule with it. But let's just say that, okay, this is a draft of an email that I will tweak to be able to share the benefits of my program in an email format. Now let's say that I want to write subject lines for this email. So I might put in the prompt that says, okay, give me 10 subject line options for the above email. Because if we scroll up, we'll see that how one woman found freedom and success as a copywriter and how you can too. It was a very long subject line. So we're going to write, give me 10 subject line options for the above email. All right, those are all really long. Sometimes long copy in subject lines works okay, but most people are reading subject lines on a mobile device, and short subject lines tend to be a bit better for that. So I'm going to say, can you make them 50 characters or less? How one woman quit her 9-to-5, from corporate drudgery to dream life. One woman found freedom and success, ready to pursue your passion, right? Some of these are like, okay, yeah, not overly exciting, but they do give me ideas of how I might be able to use these as a base for some pretty powerful subject lines. So there we have it. We have an email, which needs some serious editing for sure. And also, tweaking for relevancy, accuracy, and just general non-fakeness. Authenticity. That's the word I was looking for. Also, some subject lines, again, not bad. Could I have written an email this quickly without ChatGPT? Maybe not, but I know for me, I prefer writing from scratch versus editing copy that's already been written. So it really just depends on what your, style and approach is. But overall, hopefully this gave you a quick rundown on how you can use this tool to start, researching and strategizing new copy, new hooks, new subject lines, and shortcut your copywriting process.
All right, so I could keep going and going and going with this, but you get the point, right? Low quality prompts equals low quality copy. The better your prompts, the better results you're going to get, period. And of course, this applies to anything you're writing. I just showed you an email example, but you can follow the same process for sales pages, landing pages, ads, and even social media captions. You can do this to generate hook ideas. You can ask it to summarize long talks or presentations for you. You can ask it to list out the benefits of a desired solution. You can ask it for a list of the most common pain points of a particular audience or issue. The possibilities are really endless, and I have a free gift to share with you in just a bit that will help you make the most out of AI in your copywriting and marketing. But first, the real question on everyone's mind, is it worth the hype? Well, after playing around with ChatGPT and other tools like it, like Jasper.ai, I'm actually pretty impressed with its capabilities. Is it a magic wand for creating high converting copy? No. Is it a shortcut to building a business people trust? Definitely not. Will it replace you as a writer? No, not if you have a single creative idea, which I know you do, but it can be your new BFF if you learn how to use it properly. So the way I look at ChatGPT and other AI writing tools is like this. They are great writing assistants. And once you learn how to use them properly, you'll save yourself tons of time, especially when you're at the beginning stages of a writing project. But and listen to me very carefully. Not just anyone can get great results with AI. Nope. If you want AI to really propel your business and your marketing efforts forward, then you have to know your stuff. I'll say it again and again and again. The output is dependent on the input. Even with the right prompts, you still need a foundational knowledge of marketing to know what to do with that output. And whether it's persuasive, relevant, or even accurate. Yeah, I hate to say it, but AI lies. You have to be able to read what it outputs and discern whether or not it's any good, know where and how to tweak it, and be able to fact check the information it puts out. Because as I said, AI is notorious for generating incorrect or misleading information, and the more AI content that's generated on the internet, the more of that information is perpetuated in this never-ending loop as AI takes it and repurposes it. No doubt AI can do some pretty wild things, but you gotta be a capable marketer before you can master the machine. Someone who knows how to work it correctly, put in the right prompts, test different models, and make sense of what it spits out, how to sequence it, how to make it relevant to your audience, so on and so forth. And I really believe this is a very exciting opportunity for copywriters and marketers. If you have a foundational understanding of marketing and copywriting, which by the way, you do because you're here, you're hanging out with the posse, then you're already 10 steps of everybody else when it comes to really using and mastering these AI tools. And if you take the time to really learn how to leverage these tools, then you can offer this as a service to better serve your clients and actually charge money for it. It's kind of like how there are copywriters who specialize in, say, video sales letters, and copywriters who specialize in building funnels or launches, and copywriters who specialize in email marketing. And now, mark my words, there will be copywriters who specialize in AI architecture and optimization. Yes, you can now add AI architect to your resume once you master these tools. It's a brand new world with a lot of exciting opportunities. So in light of full transparency, I want to share with you exactly how we're using AI here at the Copy Posse, because I know this is relatively new territory for a lot of creatives and business owners. So the first way we're using AI is research. So we use a lot of different tools, including vidIQ, Jasper.ai, Answer the Public, and yes, ChatGPT to help us research trending topics, come up with killer headlines, and narrow in on the best keywords to use. And we actually heavily rely on these tools during our content ideation phase. So instead of doing what I call the wet noodle approach, where you just throw a bunch of ideas at the wall and see what sticks, we actually use these tools to find out what topics are trending and get a better idea of what people actually want, which saves us a lot of time on research. Next up, adding captions. So we add captions to all of our training videos, and AI saves us so much time with this. Summarizing and repurposing. So my social media manager will use an AI tool called Descript, link in the description below, that will save her a ton of time, because instead of watching, say, a 3-hour interview that I conduct, she can load that video into Descript, quickly scan the transcription, and then pull the juiciest nuggets from it, and then those short clips are repurposed on our other social platforms. Next up, we use AI for customer support. So we actually use an AI tool called ManyChat in my Instagram DMs to help send out free resources to our community members exactly when they ask for them. Now, this is amazing because it helps us automate lead generation, and this is the best part, our customers don't have to wait for a team member to manually send the resources they're asking for. And this has been a total game changer for us because we're able to help our audience and get them what they want when they want it. And that is the best part of marketing, right? Putting the control back into the audience's hands. But notice how we are not using AI. So right now we're not using AI to create any of our original content. And even when we use AI to research trending topics or headlines, we never, ever, ever copy anything word for word. We're always changing it up to add our own angle and flair. And here's the thing, while adding AI to your marketing strategy is a really great way to save yourself some time when it comes to ideation and strategizing and systematizing and frameworking, we do not treat AI as a replacement for the creativity, empathy, and the high-level strategy that my team brings to the table. So every single AI tool that we use at the Copy Posse is used in tandem with a team member who is behind the scenes really making the magic happen. And let's be honest, that's really the magic. Now, AI is changing a lot, it seems like every single day, but what I know for sure is that AI is going to create even more mistrust in the industry, which is why I believe it's important not to go off the deep end with it, or you may lose the trust that you've worked so hard to build with your audience. And this is something that we believe in so strongly that we actually just created an AI policy that echoes everything I just said. So we only use AI if it, 1, improves the customer experience and helps them get results faster, 2, makes our content more accessible, or 3, helps us produce the same quality or higher quality content faster. And most importantly, we really strive to always be transparent when using AI so our community never feels duped or like they can't trust us. Now, listen up. I am not saying this is the best or only way to use AI, and I'm not even saying that we won't shift or pivot as the technology continues to evolve, because of course it will. But right now, this is how we're using it. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe below. And I have a really special gift for you. To help you optimize and get the best results with AI, my team and I put together a free Posse prompts cheat sheet for you. You'll find a link to that in the description box below. Enjoy, have fun with it, don't stress out. You got this. Until next time, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. All right, guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to check out the next one from me right here. And you can click right here to get a free gift. Have you been hired to write a sales page but can't stop staring at that blinking cursor at the top of an empty document? Well, ask your client these 5 questions and watch as a high converting sales page practically writes itself. Stay tuned.